Okay, she's working. August 6th. The last of the Kennisis Lake sunsets. Getting ready to move. Gonna miss this old lake. Been coming here since I was 6 years old. Yep. Be the end of her by. That's the way Cordy's people talk. The Newpies, they talk like that. Hey, bye. Full flagging again. This lake is like 20-25 meters per second, which is more than enough wind speed. The council here stopped us from putting wind turbine in here in the tower. They put a bylaws against it because they're a bunch of inbred idiots. Never seen such a fucking stupid place in my life that charge people so much money to live. Oh, here's something. This is an old Viking motor that I saved. I've been riding around in this since I was about 8 years old. Never seen nothing like this. Hang on. I gotta put its bonnet down. Look at this machine here. Just look at this. It's hard for me to see because the sun's. But and she still runs. Viking with 50 hours on her. Look at that. It's like a little jewel. My brother said, bring it over, I'm going to work on the carburetor. I never worked on something that clean before, Kenny. So he rebuilt the carburetor, took her all apart and must have threw a couple new gaskets in and got it around. The points were seized in it. The points were actually seized together. And I broke one pulling it over, and I couldn't find a set of points, so I JB welded the points together and she runs. I will be finding a set of points, but look how clean that is. Isn't that a beauty little motor? 9.9 Viking. Sears used to sell these, and this is about a 69 or 1970 motor, but look at that. You could eat off that motor. I actually knocked the flywheel off with a 2.5 pound baby sledgehammer and a piece of wood side to side, and she come off there and I got into the points, but look at that beauty. Isn't she a beauty? Anyways, we're going to walk over here. I'm going to walk over to Ken's smoker. Look at this. Some birch trees started to grow up. What is this? Is this a strawberry planter?
Yeah.
And Cordy's strawberry planter. I said, hey, there's plants coming up. So we're going to take these with us. We're going to take this big birch right here. In the 94, I think it was 94 tornado. Tore this tree right up there. Tore the top right off it. My aunt had some sort of steroid thing put on the top. They brushed on this stuff and it started to sprout. Now she's split. You can see the split up there. Look at that. It dropped a branch. Just dropped a branch. See the branch on my old tent there? See my old truck? Not bad for a 2001 piece of junk Chrysler shit crap. Ram 1500. Don't buy Chrysler, people. 16 grand into that truck a few years ago. In about 6 months, everything was gone on it. But it was a birch, and I covered it. I shouldn't have covered it. Didn't know I was even going to do this movie right now. Just a short one. 4.5 minutes already. Isn't that short? I guess, eh? But that was the septic. I had to get the septic certified here, which it didn't pass, so it cost me another 5 grand. But we're smoking here. Let's just place that lid over there, okay? Smoking some steak, a couple of T-bones. Went into West Guilford and grabbed some of his T-bones. $54 for 2 steaks. Yeah. The price has increased substantially. It's easier for these just to turn these. Yeah, we've been working hard packing, eh? We're not even halfway packed, and our closing's on the 24th of this month, and then up we go to the Bummer's Roost area, right beside Sean James. We're going to be Sean James' neighbor. That phony prick. Anyways, Sean doesn't live there. Sean lives in a gated community, and out of respect for his family, I'm not going to say where he is, but he certainly isn't in South River where his movie shoot location is. That's me smoker. That's me smoker. See that? Some wood in there. Nice woody fire. Ooh, baby. Can't do that. Anyway, let's go up to the HugelKultur Garden.
The leaves are turning already.
Hi, Courtney.
Hi.
See you later.
See you later. Show them the maple leaves are already turning.
The maple leaves, she said, are already turning. See them up in that tree? Look at it. It's August 6th. And the tree's starting to change already. It's going to be an early winter, folks. Early. There's my solar panels. I sold them with a place. They were lucky to get them. I've had them for, oh shit, quite a few years. Lots of years. We lived off grid off those. That's 800 watts at 12 volts. Not even quite a kilowatt. Yeah. This is all the stuff that falls and we cut down, falls out of trees and stuff. We got to burn that, but there's been a burning ban in Ontario. All of Ontario's had a burning ban pretty well the whole summer. Some people like to claim that their burning ban's been lifted, but I've been warned here. I have a fire in that barrel. $2,500 minimum fine. So you think you're burning and you think there isn't a fire ban? I hope you got 25 grand to spend. Man, oh man. But yeah, there's the neighbor's spiffy cottage. 1.2 million nowadays, folks, to build what's that, about 2,500 square feet? Yeah, it costs lots of money now to get people to work. And now the rip-off contractors up here are charging a COVID fee, just so they can charge even more money like they weren't in the first place. So look at our tomato plants. If I would have known, I had to put that cross thatch up there because the lake was blowing the pepper leaves right off of the those pepper leaves right there were getting blown right off the plant. There's flowers on them. Look at the flowers. There's one right there. Hey, right there. So they're just flowering late. See all our chives? Excuse me. It's all our chives. Ken's been picking them. We've had 4 or 5 days of potatoes. They were getting long and falling over. So you pick them and they grow more. But the radishes, something dug up my radishes. They grew, but they didn't grow any radishes. I guess I shouldn't have seeded them inside. But it was frost here right in June. First week of June we still had frost up here. So I just tied these tomato plants up. They had fallen over, and so I tied them up to my cheap trellis there. We got the loader up there at the end of the driveway for sale. I really don't want to haul it along with me. I bought a farm, so I need a farm tractor with a bunch of implements. Let me know if you know anybody up in the North Bay area, in the Bummer's Roost area of South River area. If you know where someone's selling a farm tractor with some implements. I need something to furrow some rows and stuff. Won't be till next year. Nothing's going to happen this year. by the time we get moved in and settled up in the new farmhouse up there, there won't be much time before frost hits. And look at our potatoes. I wanted to look at this. Look at this. It's flowering. Look at the pretty flower. Look at that, eh? That's a potato flower. So we might get some seed out of this, but they're not ready yet. Like I say, this is a darker spot over here. It's hard to grow on this property. We don't get sun coming up over the rocks. There's a 50, 60 foot rock on the other side of the road. I'd pan in, but it's all growing in. You can't see it, but by the time the sun gets in here, it's 11, 12 o'clock, and then 4 it drops below the trees like it is now. See that? She's dropped. So we're not getting the light in here. It was an experiment. I didn't think any of this was going to grow. The township wanted me to get rid of this boat, and they wrote me up for it when I was going to cut it in half, so I stuck it right up there, right in between those trees there, just like that, to Dysart et al., to tell them what I thought about their policy. They got a double standard up here. We got some guys that cut wood in here on the way in Kennisis Lake Road, and their house burned down, so some of those guys got together and built them a new home. And I drove by one day and I looked down and they've got cribbing underneath and they're digging their own basement, and the township allowed them to dig their own basement. That's just the way it is up here. As long as you grease the palms in council, you get to do what you want. They got a septic thing going on up here and it's just disgusting. My septic should have passed, but they're making everybody change the tank, and apparently in 5 years the dummies want it recertified every 5 years on the lake. It took them 2 years to do Kennisis Lake, and I think there's 40 or 30% that didn't conform. I was one of them, didn't conform to the law, and I don't know. I don't think they're doing their math properly. Even the inspector said yesterday, he stood up in council and said there's no way that every 5 years we can do all the lake. There's 100 lakes up here in Halliburton County, and we're up in the Highlands here. It took 2 years to do Kennisis Lake, so I don't see how their math is. But every 5 years to do 2 years worth of checks, I don't know. You better hire a hell of a lot more inspectors. But anyways, I'm looking at the tomato plant, or the Cordy strawberry plant. I don't think we're going to get any strawberries out of this. It's late now. But she did grow. The mini boat HugelKultur garden did produce. And we got tomatoes. They're still small, but we still got tomatoes. I'm trying to figure out where that tomato is. I can't see it in the lens. But yeah, they did grow to 6 feet high. Pretty cool, eh? Yeah. I filled this boat full of wood in the bottom, just branches that were rotting, and a couple chunks of split wood that was no good for the barbecue, and then some topsoil and some leaves and stuff, and it's breaking down. Seems to be working. We've picked so many peas. The peas are that row of on the trellis there with the strings. So all it is 2 rotten 2x4s screwed through the boat with a yellow rope across, a nylon rope, and then a bunch of hemp string hanging down. I drilled a bunch of holes in the other side of the boat, and the beans started growing up right away. I thought it was cool. I can't wait to grow for real. Ken the farmer. Should be pretty interesting. I also want to do microgreens, and this won't come up this year. Now this is all raspberries, all raspberry bushes in here, and I cut them right down. I brought the lawnmower up here after I Cordy chopped them down with the machete. So next year, land that bought the property in David will have lots and lots of raspberries, even over here. More raspberries. And we got blackberries on the other side of the property over there. Anyways, let's go have a quick look at the smoker once more. See how she's smoking. I did have, excuse me, I did have plans to do this bathtub. Now she's a little dirty now, see? She got dirty, just things blowing around back here, but I was replacing the tub. There's a brand new toilet in there. I got a double set of industrial doors, and I was gonna take the gray one out and put the red one in there. I thought it looked pretty cool with the siding of the cottage and stuff, but no, not happening this year. And I don't know if you can see that light. Of course you can. Can you see the spider webs? We'll have to see when I put this up. I cleaned that out a week ago, and the spiders got in there. Look at it. All the bugs come there, and the spiders are well fed. There's a spider. I swear, it's the size of the palm of my hand, and I got a fairly big hand. The body of it is the size of my hand. The first of the summer, I was sleeping in bed and I felt something crawling up my back, and I reached around, grabbed it and squished it in my hand, and it was all gooey, and oh, I freaked her right out. I don't get freaked out by a lot of stuff. There's another door. It's it was for the balcony up top there. Big glass door. But David and his son, I guess, will be putting in the, they're used, but they're in nice shape. But I guess they'll be putting them in here. And I have to haul all this. This was my log home kit, or square D logs of a house we had in Bancroft that we had to take down because some moron put together the foundation and ran out of Portland, which is cement. And instead of buying more, they added more sand to the mix, and I lost my basement. We had to take the house down. It doesn't look like a full house, but this was a 28 by 40 foot log house, and it looks pretty rough now. And it was 10 feet high, by the way, too. So I'm going to be playing in this. My rear 101 acres in the farm is virgin forest. See the plain log? That's where one log was stacked over the other log, put up against it, and that's what the grain of that log looks like. And I put it through my little Delta Canadian Tire 12-inch planer. It didn't like it, but I still did it. I just wanted to see if they were worth bringing back, and they are. I put some sick and stain on there a couple times and then sand it off with a belt sander and do it again, and I think I might build a log home in the forest. And my realtor up there, Pat, said, I said about selling the rear portion, she said, why don't you rent it? You can rent a log cabin in the woods nowadays, off the grid. I'll have to buy some more solar. I'm a solar dealer and installer. So we'll be adding a couple kilowatt system to it and hooking up a fridge and propane stove that's over in that mess over there. I forgot to tell the mover that there's 2 stoves in there. I got a stove from 1940 with the push buttons on the top, if anybody remembers them. And the cats kept walking across the top of the stove. Even when we put boards across, we get up in the morning and the elements would be on, sometimes on high, burning away. So I changed it to a stainless, black and stainless stove. I bought a used one, and I want to keep it. It was my aunt and uncle's, and before that it was in my grandfather's cottage before my father ripped down the cottage he wasn't supposed to. That's a whole other story, not to be worried about here. But yeah, that's my logs. So next spring I think I'll be starting a log cabin, something like 20 by 30 or something, maybe 2 floors with a loft, pitch roof. You know, you walk up to the roof within 3 feet and you bump your head on it, something like that. And I want it for off-grid people that think They watch someone build a cabin in the woods in 2.5 months, which is impossible by hand tools, but I don't want people to go that route. You can't live off grid, off the land, unless you have 1,000 acres per person. You would soon exhaust the animals that you were going to hunt and eat, and there'd be nothing left on your property, and then you'd starve to death. So don't buy into that, folks. Don't buy into someone on YouTube telling he can do this when he lives in a gated community an hour and a half south of Bummer's Roost and South River. Don't listen to that shit. Just don't do it. I don't want to see anybody get hurt, killed. Remember that kid with that movie? He got into the bus and he starved to death. That could happen to you if you believe everything you see on YouTube. It's not true. Don't do it, folks. So I'm going to rent this out to people for a week or 2 weeks or a month just to see, instead of them spending all their hard-earned dollars or their life savings on thinking they can do something that other people are lying about. I think that's a shame. I don't think YouTube should allow someone to mislead people into believing something that is not true at all. It's not true. You cannot do it. Most of you cannot do it. I'd love to sell you a system. I'd love to sell you a log cabin. I'm going to start building log cabin kits, but you can't do it, folks. It cannot be done. Most people coming from the city, don't try it. Come and rent off of me, or go rent off of somebody else and actually see what it takes to be an off-gridder. Off-grid's a hard life. Ask anybody that's really living off-grid and they'll tell you off-gridding is a very hard life. And sorry, but most of you couldn't handle it. It's a whole lifestyle change. And again, I don't want to see anybody lose everything they got. Some 25-year-old kid sells his house and everything he owns and moves up there and tries to build a log cabin, freezes to death, or, you know, that's on the extreme, but he freezes to death, and geez, they're hot. And then he dies, or he starves to death, or even, you know, he loses everything that he ever worked for, believing some dumbass that's already a millionaire, and him and his wife write for outdoor magazines and a few of those publications. And don't do it, folks. Don't do it. Try out the off-grid living by renting off someone, or if you know somebody off-grid that let you come and stay with them, go try it. Go try it. Don't do it yourself, because it's a whole lifestyle change. Like I said, it's not worth the risk, and it's not worth your life to think that some romanticized YouTube channel says that he's doing it. Even his garden is in his gated community just out of Huntsville. So just don't do it, people. Don't. I'm telling you the truth. I'm a very truthful person, and just it's not worth you losing everything. It's not worth you losing everything just because somebody said that they're doing it, and every night he goes home to his wife, you know. It's just not fair to mislead people. Here's some of my hardwood. We're going to stick a little more in there. Load in some more pieces. I'm almost out, but we're moving, so I'll have lots of wood on the new property. That won't be a problem. So there, I'll dump them in there. Whoops. Oh, this door, I don't want black stuff all over my hand here, but there she is, smoking away. So close that up. I got it in my eyes now. And it should be coming out the top here. Anyways, that's me smoking some meat, some smoked steak, and that looked beautiful. We'll only eat one of these tonight, and we'll have the other one the next night. We'll split it. Getting older, we don't need that much meat. I want to go to the greens. I want to do the microgreens. I'm going to fill my basement I'm going to fill the new farm basement full of microgreens and maybe sell them at the farmer's market, or maybe have people come by, have some fresh eggs, some free-range chickens. We're not sure on the pigs. Some of my friends suggested I should get some goats. Well, we're already 2 old goats, so we don't need those. But yeah, it should be interesting. Coming up to 60 years old, and I'm going to try farming. But living here isn't an option anymore. It's Millionaires Row up here now, and well, it's not me. I'm just a regular guy like the rest of you. Anyways, have a good one, people. I said this is going to be a short video, but it looks like 25 minutes, and I still don't know how to edit. I don't have time to learn how to edit. I'll learn how to I'll learn I got my Merdswicks there. I'll learn how to edit up in South River and Bummer's Roost, where we're moving. And some would say, why are you telling where you live? I don't care. If I don't know, you're not coming to my house. Probably wouldn't be a good idea, eh? Anyways, have a good one, folks. Ken Barrel and Cordelia in the background, signing off. Peace out. Peace out. That's for Jamie and Rick from Classic Truck Rescue. What a cool pair of people they are. They would have fit into my old hippie crowd in the old days. Real decent people. Along with Peggy and Andy and Paige Family Homestead and Hollaby Farm. Check out the Hollaby Farm over in well, approximately in the Madoc area, not quite, but check them out. They're 2 hard-working people, normal people like the rest of us. Go check them out. Check their channel out. If you're a real person, you're going to enjoy it. I'm into supporting the smaller channels myself. Anyways, peace out. Jamie and Rick, Classic Truck Rescue. I originally got the peace out situation or saying from Sue, my friend that's on my Facebook, and she's an old hippie from way back, and then Rick and Jamie started doing it and kind of re-inspired me to use it. One more look at our smoking steak. Oh, look at I missed.
Steak is for Andy.
Yes, Andy, you said to do some smoking videos, and so did Roland from Getting It Done North of 7. I'm glad I remember that one. Roland, excellent channel, man. You make me laugh. Roland did a thing with a skit with going after a groundhog, and I'll tell you, we sat there and we just pissed ourselves laughing. He was acting like Bill Murray hunting the groundhog in Caddyshack. Absolutely hilarious. We both broke a gut, which we both have. But that was funny, Roland. And Roland said to me online, he said on his YouTube, I didn't mean for it to turn out that way, it just turned out that way, but it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. The guy's a funny, straightforward guy. I really like him. Maybe one day we'll meet. These are just YouTube people that I watch, but they're all good people. All good people. And the other one was Hollaby Homestead, by the way. They bought themselves a small farm. I think it's maybe 8 or 10 acres or 15 acres. I can't remember how many acres they got, but they're renovating the farm and doing a bunch of things and fixing it up, getting it ready for the winter. It's their first year, so that should be interesting too. So you guys have a good one. You can go check out what I said, and peace out. Catch y'all later. Bye for now.